Comrades, put your hands together again for Cedric Roy Liebert, the man from number 8. Put your hands together for Cedric Roy Liebert. And Cedric is right. We have a lot of reasons to come out tomorrow to march for. Because Labour has done a lot for this country. You have a lot of people parading around town seeking political power for their own means and for their own ends. But you must deny them the opportunity to serve you in government, because in government they will be serving themselves. You need Labour to remain at the helm of government to serve you, to serve your best interest. This is the Labour Party that will serve you going forward. Comrades, we have a lot in education to thank this government for. Never in the history of this country have we had so many young people with scholarships going all over the world. Taiwan, Cuba, USA, UK, all around the world, people of this country are going because of the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party. We believe that we must provide the opportunity for people in this country, young people in particular, to rise up and take leadership, prepare themselves through education for the leadership of the country and of this party. And so you have a lot to thank God for. You have a lot to thank Labour for. You have a lot in housing to thank Labour for. Never in the history of this country we have had so many people owning their own homes. Ordinary people. You know the story, you know. You know the story that when this government took office in 1995, there was a government before who over 15 years had built 201 homes. 201. And today, 17 years after being in government, this Labour Party government has built 4,500 houses. We are comparing chalk and cheese. Full confidence in Labour.
This government good. Wait, this government nice. Good government. Boy, let's go.
And when Dr. Martin comes to speak with you this evening, he will tell you more about the housing and he will tell you about renewable energy. But I want to tell you about crime. Because there was a time when Dwyer Astafan was the Minister of National Security in this country. And when he took over the leadership of that ministry, crime began to skyrocket in the country like never before. You remember that? You remember that? Well, let me tell you something. You have going around town a bunch of incompetent people who can't solve the problems of the country. All they have is criticism. Criticism. Want to take away your bread and can't give you crackers. Trying to take away your cookie and can't give you crumbs. And you must not allow people to fool you. Government is not a perfect organization. We are human beings. But you must know the difference between those who serve your best interest, those who have the capacity to serve you at the highest level, and those who are seeking their own ends in government. You must deny them the opportunity to serve you in government because they are crooks and thieves and vagabonds. And then there came a man after Dwyer failed. He resigned because he could do no better to solve the problem of crime in the country. But all of these people have one common problem. They don't know what it is to respect people's capacity to serve. Every time you put them in charge of a ministry, they want to undermine the permanent secretary and the chief of police. Dwyer Astafan tried to undermine the chief of police, giving police officers instructions. You can't do that. The police is a disciplined organization. You can't give police officers direct instructions. You can't do that. And that is why it never worked. Crime began to skyrocket like never before in the history of the country. And so Dwyer had to resign in the end. And you know what happened? Dwyer Astafan brought a man named Asagai, who he said he wanted to make National Security Advisor. National Security Advisor. You know, as a guy, could as a guy be national security advisor for St. Kitts-Nevis? Could he? Could never be. And then came Sam Conda. The problem continued. The problem got even worse under Sam Conda. Sam Conda tried to undermine the defense forces, put soldiers to undermine the colonel of the defense force. Tell a young man up there, I am your cousin, you are my cousin. And when they talk to you, you come to me. Don't take any instructions from anybody. The man was trying to mash up the defense force and the police. Trying to mash up the defense force and the police. That is what he was trying to do. Because, you see, they have no real competence. They have no real competence. They try to mash up everything. And so, you must understand that the reason why Patches is going on like this is because he was promised by Sam Conda that he would be made National Security Advisor. And because the cabinet rejected it, the cabinet said, we have had this man in this government in several different positions, about 6 or 7 positions in 10 years. Patches was at the port, couldn't run the port. He was fired from the port. Patches then became a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Public Works. Couldn't do the job. He was fired by Halva Hendrickson. And then he came to be the PS of Agriculture. Cedric just told you what used to happen. The man was again fired. When he was done there, he was taken to the Ministry of Social Development. Again, the man not talk to nobody. The man don't talk to people. Patches doesn't talk to people. Can't get along with people. And when all that was said and done, we took Patches, we said, Patches, you can't do anything with people. Let us put you to work by yourself. And now they can work with this paper. They put Patches to work with paper. Put Patches on an OECS water project. The project hasn't moved one bit. The people told the government, if you want us to work with you, you have to move Patches from there. Because Patches will not take anything at all forward. And so, that is the story of Patches. Your choice is clear. Your choice is clear in number 1. Dr. Martin is number 1 in number 1. Put your hands together for Asim Martin. Asim Martin is number 1 in number 1. Comrades, I'm going to bring, before you know, the comrade out of constituency number 5. Put your hands together and help me welcome Dr. Norgen Wilson.
You must never, ever wake a sleeping tiger. Well. What fun trouble in the place? Some people around here want me go out on a rampage. This got me to remember when I was 8 or 9. I used to provoke my sister every day. Until one morning she said she had enough this time. She retaliated till I still have this cat today. So all them people who taunt in the Kington risk, take this lesson and learn from my mistake. Cause now I understand what my granny really mean when she say you should never wake a tiger from its sleep. So let them people know, never ever wake a sleeping tiger. I said let them people know, the woken tiger will devour.
Comrades of Labour, warriors from the East, good night. Have a nice meeting here tonight. I would like to join my colleague, Comrade Cathy, in congratulating all of the young ladies which participated in last evening's event. And special congratulations going out to constituency number 5, represented by Vanicia Wyatt. But they all did well, and somebody got to win. Number 5 did that. Comrades of Labour, do you know what this is about? It is all about you. It is about you. You heard the Prime Minister say that the agenda has changed. And the agenda changed from you to them. And man in there argue about who gonna be leader and who gonna be this and who gonna be that. And they ain't saying nothing about you. The agenda really changed. When it really should be about you, the people. And that is why we ain't gonna support no unity and no pie in the sky party. We ain't not with them. Because it is all about you. You see, when people wait, things just come the way, you know. You say, okay, I'm cool and collective, as him be. Not keep no noise with nobody. But look him there today. The Deputy Prime Minister ain't keep a noise with a soul. Yeah, I'm cool and collective. Deputy Prime Minister. Man who can wait. Man who are root in the mud. How will they be? They ain't getting a thing. They're rooting too much of mud. Yeah, I'm cool and collective. We're going to deal with them. And that is why tomorrow we're going to go out in full confidence with Labour and march with your Labour leaders. Your real Labour leaders. The true Labour leaders. Don't bother with them. I hear some story about up there. Talk about the line read today. What I do, what I sneak in the cemetery for? Sneaking in the cemetery Sunday afternoon about the line read. They afraid are you? They afraid Labour? They running around, sneaking around far. The Labour people ain't afraid them enough. This thing start long time. I have said over and over in all of the meetings which we have had before, there were a group of young, selfless people in this country who were concerned about the ordinary man. The ordinary people, you. And they worked hard to make sure that this country reach where it reached today. They worked hard to make sure that the conditions and the jobs change for the better. They worked hard to make sure that you had an improved healthcare system. They worked hard to make sure that education was offered to all, each and every individual in this country, regardless of where you come from. They worked hard to make sure that we had better security in this country. These people were the Labour comrades, the Labour stalwarts. They fought hard for you. And that is what tomorrow is all about. Tomorrow is all about you. Labour Day. Because there were men and women in this country who fought hard to improve our conditions. In 1935, you heard about the Buckley's riot. It was all because conditions were so bad. Wages were so low. Our people were being ill-treated. We were almost still living and working under slave-like conditions. And it took Labour stalwarts to say, hell no, our people shall not suffer like this anymore. We're not accepting that anymore. And they came out and they striked, caused a riot. And you had people supporting the opposition, people supporting the planter class, a party supporting the planter class, trying to support them. Well, you said you want to be the leader, I don't know who that be. For all of them want to be the leader. I really don't know who that be. Last night, one of the young ladies on the show, she said, a party with about 6 people, 6 or 8 they got, and everybody want to be a leader. Well, how that go? How that go? In Labour, we are certain of ourselves. We know who we leader be. We know who we deputy leader be. And nobody else will fight over that. Calm, cool, and collective. Everybody going to wait the turn. And when the right time, we will go through the procedures and the protocols, whatever processes it takes for us to appoint new leaders, if it means that. Nobody will fight and go out in the media and root in the mud. Rooting in the mud.
Never hug. Never hug.
Them they hug. Them they hug.
Yo, I had the opportunity to speak to a young man this afternoon. And that young man said to me, boy, you know that. The last time around, a fella come and he give me some money and, tell me vote to him and so. And now me ask him and things. He tell me, I must check you. I said to the fella, well, you believe that you vote whatever $300 he offered you? He said, well, I never realized what kind of that. You know how young people talk sometimes. I said to him, man, your vote is so important that whenever and wherever you put that X, it determines how you're going to live for the next 5 years. Do you think that for the next 5 years, a $300 could look after you? $300 could look after you for the next 5 years? When you put that X, it determines how you live for the next 5 years. It is all about your security. It is all about continued education for you and your children. It is all about housing and protection. It is about better health care. It ain't about no $300. It ain't about that. That is how important your ex be. So don't let nobody come and fool you. Don't let nobody come and choke the money in your hand and tell you about vote to them. Well, if I have to pay you to put me in power, something wrong. It means that I really got a different agenda. If I have to pay you to put me in power to look after you, something wrong. You must be able to recognize the people who really care about you. Saying about the damn $300. Saying about them things. This is about people who really care about you. This is about people who will look after you for the next 5 and 10 and 15 years. This ain't got nothing to do with the $300, but what happened is that some people are very desperate for power. And they will do anything to get in there. And you have something to protect. Because they don't say, whenever they get in, a lot of you going to lose our host. That's what they say. You care about people? They say when they get in, a lot of you going to lose your jobs. They care about you. They don't care about you. They say when they get in, they're going to boot out a lot of people. They already showed the example in Nevis. They say he got a party up there, they call them the firing squad. Because every day they just fire people straight. The firing squad. Don't make the mistake here in St. Kitts. Don't go down that road. Don't get involved with them. Don't mingle with them. Don't flirt with them. They mean no good for you. No good for you. See about yourself. See about your family. Make sure you stay in your house. Make sure you stay in your job. Make sure you're covered by a good health care plan. Don't study them. All they want to do is get their hands on power so they could start grabbing onto all of the lands that they talk so much about. Grab onto all the lands. See to it that only they and their people alone get into the better positions, or the best positions in this country, because they don't believe that you as an ordinary citizen, an ordinary man who come from humble backgrounds, supposed to be a doctor, and a lawyer, and an engineer, They don't think so. Don't forget the Prime Minister told you when he was all the way in university, done studying, got a loan from a private bank, they still try to take him out. Because what? They don't believe ordinary people supposed to be in them position. When Asim Martin came back here, they wouldn't give him a walk. And we hire a kind of foreign doctor. And this government said, these things are not supposed to happen. And so when I came from Cuba, along with 10 other my colleagues. There were jobs here waiting for us because this government said the ordinary people must be able to occupy professional positions and you must be able to work. How come we could hire so many foreign doctors? We bring back home with local doctors, local engineers, local everybody. But not on the PAM. Not on the PAM. They don't believe ordinary people got no call being in professional positions. Don't bother with them. They ain't care about you. They don't like us. They don't want to see you survive. They don't want to see you get rich like them either. You think they don't vex when they see you eat breakfast in Marriott? They don't vex with you. That's the problem. They want to see ordinary people survive in this country. It is only a Labour government that has said to the people, you could be what you want to be. Be all that you can be. We like the Marines, all you can be. Anything you want to be. Don't bother with them. You have a strong government. And I want you to move forward in full confidence with your government. Full confidence.
Nobody gonna slow us down. Nobody gonna break us down. Nobody gonna slow me down. No, no, I got to keep on moving. Nobody gonna slow us down. Nobody gonna break us down. Nobody gonna slow me down.
They can't stop us. They can't slow us down. I had the opportunity to be a part of a delegation just a few days ago in the UK. And we spoke to hundreds of persons in several meetings. And you know what? The people out there, they ain't in this confusion. They want to make you believe that all kind of people out there in all kind of confusion. They ain't in the confusion. We had one question once, what is the status of the Labour Party? And the Prime Minister said, the status? We good. We're stronger than ever. Because now the traitor's gone. So we're stronger than ever.
I would like to let some people know. Stronger than ever.
Big up yourself. Because what we have here, a true Labour. True Labour. Labour forever. Labour forever. And you got people jumping over and jumping fence and so forth. Them people there, they ain't really care about you. They don't know what they want. A long time they jump fence. Yeah? They don't know what they want. Labour, we are standing firm right here. The true Labourites are right here. The warriors from the east are here to support Asim all the way. Because you have a good deputy prime minister. We will stand firm with our leader until we go through any process or procedure which says the leader should be changed. Then we make our decision. We vote in the direction. But until that day, we standing firm with Dr. Denzel Douglas. We standing firm with your deputy, Dr. Earl Asim Martin. We unstoppable. We unstoppable. And tomorrow we shall have a big march. We're going to march because they can't stop us. Labour stronger than ever. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. Forward onward. Forward with Labour. Forward. Don't let nobody stop you.
Unstoppable force. When we move as one. Let the whole world know. They can't keep asking on.
Comrades of Labour. Comrades of Labour. You're in Labour land. You're in Labour country. And don't worry about them, you know. Yesterday, as soon as I come home, I hear somebody telling me, look, comrades, let me pause for the arrival of our great, dynamic leader, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas.
I see people dressed in costume, food and drink being consumed, young people walking up, old people jumping up, woman with child in hand, chipping behind a costume.
Yes, the right leader here. Comrades, I was telling you, yesterday when I came in, somebody told me that this is Sean and Sam campaigning together. Sean and Sam. I tell him, man, that ain't no problem. Sean and Tim used to campaign in the last election against me, so that ain't no problem. So it's long time they're doing this thing. This ain't nothing new. They say nothing new. And then they don't say, I don't know who in under the bridge with who here, they don't say it. And nobody deny it. So it's long time they're working against me. So this is nothing new. But I want to tell you this evening, Labour is here and here to stay. When the traitors gone, they make us stronger. Because we know more certain about ourselves. We could talk in peace. We could talk where we want to talk. We not got to be wait till nobody go out the room. We not got to wait till nobody go out the room. We say what we got to say amongst our Labour people. So we're glad you're gone. We're glad you're gone. You do us a favor. And you made us stronger. And that is why tomorrow, it's full confidence with Labour through the streets of Bastille. Labour is good. And all the time, thank you and good night, comrades.